Hello guys and welcome back to the STPL. We just saw NetWars take down Rev in the previous series, but now we're going to be heading on to our Group A match, which is going to be between two of our teams right here. So, having a look at Group A quickly. To start us off, we're going to have currently FBW at the top of the table. They have won both their games so far. One of the only teams to have played both their games, by the way. Just behind them is going to be NaS, Media, and White Clan fairly close. Media actually ahead of White Clan at the moment, so a little bit uncharacteristic there. Valhalla, Bull, Messia, and Ash heading up at the bottom of the table right now, losing their first few games. But either way, let's have a look at the maps we're going to be seeing today. It's going to be Katrina, SE in set 1, Shin Peaks of Baekdu in set 2, Neo Ground Zero in set 3. Set 4 is going to be on Plasma, and set 5, if we make it there, is going to be the Ace match. Now, Rapid, I'm not sure if you want to introduce what teams we've got coming up.
What teams or what maps?
What
the
teams?
maps are... Oh, yeah, what teams? Oh, yes, the teams are... wait, okay, they were backwards there for a second. Are White and NaS. Now, White Clan, of course, is one of the longest-standing Korean clans for, just several years. I mean, I don't even actually know. It's been a long time. They have predominantly Korean players and are just kind of gods of the game. You would always basically favor them just about against anyone. I mean, obviously Red and NetWars are both super strong teams, but NaS are going to have their hands full here. I mean, they do have a positive win ratio. They did okay last round, but they weren't outstanding, and White Clan was. So they definitely still have another rung on the ladder left to climb.
Yeah, now just to go into what the matchups we're going to see today are, we're going to have a ZVP between Cast and battousai, a ZBZ between Spy and Eon Zerg, a PvP, no, that's going to be a PvZ between Haji and Dragon, and to finish us off on Plasma, we're going to have yet another TBT. This one should be a little bit closer though, as we're going to have Iris versus Terra. Now, I think if we're going to have a match today that has a likelihood of going to an ace match, it could be this one, but there's two sides to every North American squad team game. Sometimes they come out and they dominate, other times they have a few problems. Now, this isn't White Clan's best roster, of course, but they're still all very, very good players, and very evenly matched, I would say, are the rosters here, so kind of cool to see how this is going to play out. I mean, if I was to predict, I would put Cast ahead of battousai, but I'd say Eon Zerg could take down Spy. I think Dragon could take down Haji, and I think Iris could take down Terra to make it an ace match. But we'll have to see how that's going to go as we move in to introduce our first set of players here. It's going to be Cast Zerg against battousai. Now, Cast hasn't played too many games for White. He is apparently 0-1 against Protoss, but battousai has done a pretty good job across all 3 rounds so far. Third round he did play in week 1, did win his game, so that's going to be good for him. And of course the last round he did go 1 for 3, so not the best round 2 for him, but still pretty good nonetheless. And that's going to take us onto the map, which is going to be Katrina SE.
Yep, same way we started the last series. It is going to be a very kind of ridgy, hilly map. There's an obvious cyclical pattern that you're supposed to take. Yeah, it could be potentially good for, carriers and other things like that. Some airplay might be interesting to see, but regardless, it's a map that I haven't actually got a chance to cast until today, so yeah, pretty excited.
Yep, so let's head on into the game. It's game 1 of week 3, day 2 of the STPL. It's White versus NaS, Cast versus battousai. And looks like we just need to do the micro. As starting us here in the 9 o'clock position, we do have the Brown Zerg fighting for NaS, for White even. It's going to be Cast. Now, I feel like I'm on faster because that Overlord is going very, very quickly. So I'm going to quickly hide the playback for a second. Oh, no, I'm not. This is the right speed. Okay. This looks funny.
Silly kicks. Yeah, it is actually the right speed. Okay, no, I know what you mean. Overlords are slow.
That looks bigger though, faster even. I don't know why. My eyes must be playing tricks on me, because that looks quicker than a normal Overlord.
No, I concur. I agree with you. It does look a little weird.
Either way, his opponent over here in the 3 o'clock position for NaS is going to be battousai as the White Protoss.
Okay, sorry, I kind of checked out there for a second.
That's
You
okay.
just introduced battousai, right?
Yeah, we're all good.
Oh, okay, well, his opponent is cast on the left-hand side of the screen. Oh, I got it.
We did that first as well. It's all good. We're catching up with ourselves here.
I'm a mess, Kick. Save me.
We both are, I think, because I'm seeing like random speedy overlords. I don't know what I'm seeing today, but also scouting very, very quickly after his pylon. I'm going to go for a forge, fast expand here. Now, we did see in the previous PvP on this map, the naturals are actually well defended behind a single choke, so I'm going to be able to wall that out pretty easily. Is battousai. Okay, Clan X17 Gaming, so Ranny Evil, says the reason the Overlord looks faster is it's going at that angle. I guess the animation plays a little bit quicker, or looks quicker, when it's going sort of diagonally to the bottom right. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is an isometric viewpoint, so it's not like you're seeing things completely correctly. And actually, some of the unique coding for games in this particular perspective comes from you have to adjust the speed at which things travel so that it appears to the eye that they're moving correctly. It's really weird. I have no idea how to accurately explain what is actually going on, but it is kind of cool to see that. Only a minor thing to mention, of course, we do have the one cannon at the forge for battousai, so I think he is more than well prepared. He's getting ready to throw down a Nexus behind it here in a couple seconds.
Yeah, he's going to have the Nexus. He's actually cannon rushing cast Hatchery here. Now, of course, if you don't realize, Hatchery, when it's building, has a much smaller vision range, but he is going to send a drone down here, and this is going to be the first he's going to see, but there's even a gateway behind this as well, and this first cannon is completely safe. The second one, a little bit more open, but the first cannon finishing up here is going to make this so difficult for Cast to be able to hold on to. He's actually building a third hatchery immediately in the middle of the map.
Yeah, oh my gosh, this just sucks. Oh, this is so annoying.
It is.
He's trying to buy any amount of time, but there's no hope here. He's going to try to bust this. Okay, I think honestly, it's almost just better to just give it up and move on, because you're going to have to invest so many resources here. So, yeah, the drone eventually goes down. The hatchery is going to drop low. There's a gateway blocking this. Like, there's no way you break through that.
Yeah, and the trouble is the gateway blocking. Now, the one thing that worries me is the Zealot going to pop out between the mineral and the cannon? Because if it does, it's not going to be able to get out. But if it spawns in the right location, there's going to be a lot of extra damage coming in from this attack from battousai. Oh good, it spawned in the right location, so he's definitely practiced this.
Yes. Wow, this is just basically beautiful. I mean, beautiful from a Protoss standpoint, totally disgusting if you're a Zerg player here. So a big move by battousai, really kicking it into high gear and stopping Cast from playing the game on his terms, right? battousai is kind of, in the lead when it comes to how he wants the game to go out, but he still has to not die to all these links. And he's got 3 cannons in a wall and a gateway in the front, so he should be rock solid.
Thing is, though, if we do see speed popping in, which we won't, there's actually no gas. I didn't realize this, so these slow links not going to be able to even do a run by, I would say. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit before he can get a Zealot, but there's going to be 2 Zealots in the bottom left of Cast's main. Looks like a drone did actually spawn from the final lava, but that's going to go down to the Zealots as well. And these Zealots are going to be hungry for damage, and even though there is a Sunken back home, that's going to be something that Cast is going to have to worry about. Now, here we go.
We're going to see the Zerglings trying to go for a run by. Does he pull the probes in time? No, he does not. The Zerglings rather get through. Actually, he only gets through with 4 of them, so that's still not a win. I mean, he's going to be able to really harass this bases warping in back here. It is going to finish before they can... Yeah, but he just needs to make sure this base is saved. That's obviously too many probes, but the base is going to come up, so he can just go to mine with them immediately.
Yeah. Thing is, like, it does look like the first Zealot or Zergling has gone down, but the one benefit of this for cast is that's a lot of lost mining time by the probes, so we're just kind of hanging out. The probe's still going to be forced to pull for a little bit longer. And the big thing is behind this as well, battousai has not been able to do any harassment like he wanted to. With it, wow, there's actually a probe in the main still. It's behind the power generator. I just noticed.
Oh my god, he couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And it's even hidden under the power generator on the minimap as well, so that's really annoying. But the Nexus is actually nearly... I mean, it's taken a lot of hull damage already, so... And he did lose a couple of probes to these Zealot, or Zerglings even, so the Zergling's doing a really good job so far.
Yeah, but now there's going to be a bunch of Zealots out, or at least 2, and that should be enough to defend against just 3 Lings. Like, it's just going to be annoying from here on out. The problem is that it's a Ling all-in behind this, so he's just going to get completely run over if he doesn't stop, or if he doesn't realize that this is coming. The probe is not even going to be able to see it. It's just going to totally blindside him, and he never built more than 3 cannons. Just now, okay, he has a 4th one coming up. I'm not sure if he did catch wind of that, but he should be pulling every probe that he can to the front of his wall.
Yeah, can I just say how amazing this is by cast? That single Ling at the back is keeping the Zealots away from the wall. And battousai still has no idea this is coming. I actually turned off cast vision there. He hasn't seen anything. Now the first Zealot is up here to try and help this. The probe is moving in, but cast gonna be coming in from so many angles. Speed has finished as well. battousai is gonna have to pull everything. He's pulling all of his probes to try and block the Lings. But it looks like the Lings are gonna go on top of the cannon.
Yeah, that's a lot of Lings. I mean, the cannons are pretty good, though.
Wow.
You did feel that those extra ones. He, instead of running by, he decides to try to fight and, like, bust down the wall. I think this is, you know, it's not game over, but Cast, I think he's going to lose too much behind this.
Yeah, not only that, there's going to be 5 Zealots in his main. The Sunken's been taken down, the Lings are nowhere to be found. And drones are being forced away from the main base.
No. Wait, battousai lost all of his drones at his natural. Well, not all of them, but obviously, like, most of them. There's only 4 drones left there. Because there's one Zergling that had 7, it was like, was it 10 drone kills, or probe kills? It was huge. He killed so many workers back there. So that's actually a really big deal. Because now battousai has very few workers.
Yeah, but look at Cast base. He only actually has 7 drones to his name. 8 drones now.
So obviously, yes, that is much worse. But I'm trying to make it seem more even.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like we're going to have
Cast
finally...
try to break this contain at the bottom, but I mean, this is just going to be terrible. Oh my goodness.
Wow, those Zealots doing a really good job. Only a single Zergling can even hit the cannons. And a great hold once again by battousai.
God. Oh, my eyes. What am I... Oh my god. Oh, this is bad kicks. This is bad.
Yeah, Castle is in a... Oh, sorry. Cast is in a really awful position right now. He's got enough... he had enough gas for Ling speed. Pulled out now because he knows there's going to be a long way away before he can get anything like gas again in this game. He's going to be focusing entirely on building drones. Now, the one benefit is... that battousai is actually playing super defensive right now. He doesn't want to lose his natural. He's even adding cannons to his natural as well. So this is going to open the floodgates to allow Cast to build a 3rd hatchery, try and take a 3rd base. But it's going to be a base that he really doesn't want to take right now. It's going to be a mineral only in the middle of the map. He's going to be relying a lot on battousai, just not scouting for that. But battousai is still building up his zealot count in the bottom left.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's still building zealots down there, and Cast realistically can't invest in a Sunken to help him defend. He's only got, like, what is that, 6-8 Lings down there? So, I mean, even that could just deal too much damage. And on the other side, I mean, eventually battousai is going to get his tech up. He's already got the support bay done. And so this is just going to be insane. Also, like, tell me when there's going to be a Hydralisk scout, Kicks.
Well, there's a Hydralisk den now, but...
Yeah, there's a den halfway completed. It's not even done yet. And when it comes out, I mean... yeah, I don't know. Cast is obviously in a rough spot.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult. Stargate is finished. Robo Bay finished as well. There goes the shuttle speed coming in as well. And I mean, Cast is still going to play this out. He doesn't want to give up just yet. Of course, there is still a chance for him to come back. Obviously, one thing that I always say about Brood War games is it's never over until it's fully over, and that's why I support Fantasy's vision of never give up, never surrender, pretty much, because you never know what's going to happen in a game of Brood War. And I mean, that PvP we had earlier between Yeti and CRBT was a testament to that. Like, if Yeti had left after the first push failed, he wouldn't have come back and win the game in the way he did. So, but also going to be moving out with his first Corsair, going to see if he can try and get some Overlord damage done. We are going to see the first Hydralisk appearing from the eggs, but it's not perfect for him right now.
Yeah, he's looking for bonus. I think he thought that was a Hydra coming out of the egg, but it was an Overlord, so he ran anyway. But yeah, you're right. This is not going to be a game that looks good, really, on either side. Because you know, even though battousai did a lot of damage and held on against like 18 all-ins, he still only has 2 bases, right? I mean, you can do a lot with 2 bases, but you know, he's still got to get out there. He's gonna go for speed shuttle reavers, and obviously that's his like big move. There's not enough to defend that, so it could just win the game. But if he gets it randomly sniped, yeah, oh man, that's gonna feel terrible.
Yeah, and the thing is, Cast is going for Burrow as a natural hatchery.
Yeah.
So Burrow's going to be a strong choice. Strong choice against these Reavers. It's going to be a while before he can get Templar Archives. Now, one thing I really would love to see is battousai bringing a probe down with a shuttle and taking this base. But looks like we're not going to see that. The Hydra is going to be able to come in here and clean this up. But battousai actually hit a lot of Zealots out the back here, and they're going to go in for a little bit of a flank.
Yeah, realistically, I think the Zealots could probably kill everything here, especially the Hydras with no micro. So this is going to keep this position alive. There's no more Zealots building out of that gateway, so I think it has been pretty cleaned up. But casting some micro is Hydras. Lost quite a few of them there. But yeah, these Zealots are still going to be very difficult to hold on against, especially if the Corsairs run in at the same time. What happened to those? Oh, he pulled them back home.
Yeah, he pulled them back home. I think he was a little bit worried about the growing Hydralisk numbers, didn't want to throw them away or anything silly. And it looks like Cast has finally got some of his micro going in. The Zealots very softened up, and they're finally going to be able to clean up. So this little Protoss outpost in the bottom left of Katrina going to be taken down finally. Back at home we do have that Reaver coming up. The shuttle coming in to the natural. Looks like I actually missed the first Scarab. But the Reaver in the shuttle with speed going to be heading up to the 3rd base as well. Now, has he got Burrow finished yet? Is he going to Burrow? Looks like he's not too sure about using it yet. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate. Didn't move it far enough back. I'm not going to get that Medino style micro to keep that alive.
Yeah, I'm glad you had the shout out there. I think going back into the main is going to be the real kind of coup de grace. So if he loses the shuttle here, obviously it's terrible. If he kills every drone, which it looks like is going to happen, then the game will end. So I'm not sure exactly what to expect. Yes! Alright, the game continues.
Yeah, the game continues on, but these drones are actually pulling back into the Reaver eventually. A huge Scarab killing 5 drones.
Oh my goodness, tragedy strikes. I think he's actually going to keep the shuttle alive even longer. Oh my... Oh, I lost the Reaver. Alright.
And that's deaded as well, but that's still so much damage.
God.
The one benefit is Cast was able to drone up a lot in the meantime, but his drone count has been kind of reset again. So, I mean, for the next, like, I would say 5 minutes or so in this game, we're going to have Cast trying to play catch-up with himself, but also adding more and more gateways on. Stopped adding Corsairs now, but Storm is on the way as well. Now, is this the moment where Cast just goes, let's just build Hydras and try and bust? Or is he going to try and play this out?
Man, casting busting, man. Busting does not make him feel good. No, it is maybe something he should hold off on for a while. His priority when he goes for these busts is a little bit questionable, and also now there's Reapers. So, probably try to stabilize. Get up some tech, maybe upgrades. Because obviously he's the one that's been struggling this game. He's the one that's taking all the damage.
Yeah, I mean, battousai's actually 50 supply up right now. We've got Zealots against Hydralisk. Is this going to be enough Hydras? The micro, the Hydra's doing a little bit better this time, but there's just so many +1 upgraded Zealots here. And with no upgrades on these Hydralisks, Cast is really starting to feel the pressure.
Yeah, and even I mean, you look at how good these Zealots, or how well the Zealots are doing against these Hydras. He's mass producing Hydras right now. He's just spamming the Hydras, but the Storm's just now completed. You deal with these Zealots, and there's going to be size storms everywhere. So even if Hydras do survive here, which they won't, it's just going to be even harder when round 2 hits.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nice drone drill to try and keep those final Hydras alive, but he's up against a brick wall here, and that brick wall is slowly building more and more Zealots and sending over to him. I mean, the drone drills have been absolutely impeccable, but he's holding on with a very, very, very fine thread. He's down 50 supply now again. And there's just, as you said, Storm is going to be coming in. The third base coming up for battousai. Interestingly, not building it on the high ground, going to be building it on the low ground with just the mineral only. So, not really too sure on this decision. They do look like gas geysers, but they're not actually a geyser over there on the right-hand side of that base either. So
yeah, they're the fake gas geysers.
Maybe that's throwing him off. He's like, wow, I get triple gas at this base. And then he's like, wait, I can't build the simulator here.
Wow, that's gonna feel terrible. For the probe that like tries to get it to fit, but it's like Legos or like a puzzle piece that just like won't get in there. Nope, can't put it there. But yeah, it is a mineral only, so I mean that'll mean he'll have tons of Zealots, right? But he does already have you know, a bunch of gas from his other 2 bases, and so realistically, if he does go for like a heavy Zealot army, then maybe that'll give him a nice buffer. The downside is he actually needs a lot of High Templar right now, so that is obviously very gas heavy, and he won't be able to get that very easily.
Yeah, I mean, realistically right now, he could just pretty much spam Zealots and I think run over Cast with Storm as well, but looks like he's still trying to play this out. I almost feel like battousai is kind of suffering from the problem I have in my games. Obviously battousai are a lot better than me. I would be nowhere near in this position against Cast, but sometimes you just need to go and kill him, and it feels like battousai has been unwilling to really risk it. He doesn't want to throw the game away. But is this giving Cast the time he needs to rebuild his army? He's adding on his 4th base right now, finally in his natural expansion. battousai obviously running quite low on his natural. His main is very low on minerals as well. His gas is going to be quite healthy still for a while, so that's going to benefit his Templar production. But he's going to have to expand again soon, and that looks like what he's going to do. He's going to take his 4th base on this high ground.
Yeah, he's going to finally retake that. I mean, the benefit is, right, that base is going to have all the minerals there. It's going to be totally fresh and easy to defend, but let's not get our hopes up here. We've got a shuttle coming in to the natural.
The natural, but the 4th base. Either way, this is going to be a huge, huge storm. A great storm on the first High Templar, great second storm as well. And that's 6 kills for just energy, and he's going to get away completely scot-free.
Well, alright, that's super successful. Obviously, the cooldown on that drop is pretty high, as the High Templar have to get their energy back, but that's just a lot of damage, and he can't afford to be being, like, pummeled, like, gut punched like this, because he needs to start building up to try to hope to deal with a 4-base Protoss who's macroing out a ton of gateways back home.
Yeah, and you know what minute we're on Rapid right now? Like, can you see
18.
the timer? 18, and you know what's just building for the Zerg? It's gonna be the lair.
Oh my god, did he
another storm drop. Only 3 kills. Oh, and the shuttle's gonna go down as well. That's a bit of a mismicro.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually really good.
Yeah, that's really good taking that down, but battousai's bank is going absolutely insane. He's now up 80 supply against his Zerg opponent here. The 4th base finishing up. Gas going to be starting fairly soon as well. He's adding cannons everywhere. He's really worried about a counterattack. We do have Zerglings burrowed at the other bases, so it's going to be a while before battousai can expand again. But it looks like this is going to be the moment where he's finally decided, you know what, I think I've got enough. He's actually slow walking Reavers as well to go and deal with this. So
okay, I mean they got to get across there somewhere. Everybody's got to be in the back at some point.
Yeah, this poor Zealot is like one of those awkward people trying to get up the escalator really quickly. There's just this guy with a massive bag in front of him like, move out of the way! I want to go past! But he
Oh,
can't, he's
that's
just stuck
definitely
there.
me. Every time I go to the airport, there's this really weird way that you get to the airport, yeah, it's a little bit rough when there's a tour of like 10 people in
Oh,
front of you and they all have their
storm!
baggage.
That's a huge storm!
Oh my god, that's just so many Red Dead Hydras. Oh my god, even better story. Okay, well, I think we know which direction this game is going, Kicks.
Yep, high ground. High ground is good, but not that good. Another great storm coming in behind this, and Battousai's breaking through the third base, gonna kill this lair that has only just finished, and gonna be able to take down Cast, I think, in this first game. And I mean, more storms coming in as well. There's actually a full energy High Templar there that he's not storming anything with. I really want to see him storm something, but looks like he's not going to. But with this base being cleaned up, it looks like Cast may have lost a little bit too much, and there goes the storm. WW, which is GG, and Battousai takes the first game.
Wow, yeah, super impressive. But Tosai, that opener, the cannon rush, oh my god, so good. And then he
Yeah.
was able to leverage that over and over again. And Cass just played right into his hands. He was just like, well, let me just try to all in you again and again. And then, oh wait, again. And nothing worked. And then he tried to bust the cannon base in the bottom left-hand corner. And it was so, oh my god, it made
Yeah.
my eyes bleed. So, clearly, Batosai in control of that game from minute one, and he closes it out, albeit not as quickly as I thought he would be able to, but still, he gets there, and that's what matters. So, congratulations, that puts NaS one game up over White.
It does, and we'll be back with game 2 just after this.